Mach free, faster than the speed of light. Coming right at you. A Wardrobe Warrior production. Hi, I'm Wardrobe Warrior, and if the clothes don't fit your body, there's nothing wrong with your body, there's something wrong with your clothes. I'm here to continue telling you and explaining and sharing with you the joy of Macs and trench coats. This is the third part, because there was so much that I had to say. We had to go into 3 videos because I didn't want one to be 40 minutes long, and that's far too long for you. So, Mach free, meow, faster than ever. All the stylings. Just like this one, as you can see, I've not tied it around my waist, and there's a reason. Hey, this is how to get that lovely sleek style, how I showed you. First, you thread it through, normally, the 2 belt loops, the 2 back ones. But you do not do the ones at the front. Because if you do that, especially if you're tall like me, it will just be like up here and it looks wrong. So you leave it and you leave them hanging. Next thing is you button up your coat, which I'm going to do on camera. Very badly. There, I'm buttoning it up. My coat is buttoned. And you can see, it's a bit loose, but I want it to be snug. So what you do is you get your 2 belts, get your belt loops. 1, 2. Pull it tight. Do that again on camera. See that it's all loose. You pull it tight, like that. And as you can see, it's pulled in my waist. Yay! Look at that sexy waist just from that coat. You can, if you're feeling fancy, then do your belt loop. Amazing. Amazing. And you've kind of covered up these, because these are redundant. For most of the styles that I do, extra styles that I do with my coat, these front belt loops are redundant. If you're a teeny tiny girl, but I'm not, if you're a teeny tiny girl, you could pull this through and then you could make another little bow. I'm going to try, see if I can get a bow. Yay! It's very small, but it's not worth it, so you've got your knot. So you've got your teeny tiny little waist, and you've got your knot, and it's not going to go like this. Hopefully you can see that. Glorious. But I'm lazy, and even doing the knot at the front is too much work for me. So what I do is I make sure that this is secure. So I've done that. This is double looped. Then I turn this into a bow. You see, I'm making the bow. There we go. I've done this with most of my coats because I like bows. I'm very girly. I can't help it. I'm just a girly girl. And it just looks adorable with the bow. So that is one. So you can do that with one. So I've got this Mac in quite a few colours because I like the fact that it's so flouncy, and I have a rainbow of clothes. So I'm building up my rainbow of Macintoshes. So, next colour and next style for you. This is my Aquascutum Mac. I kept this because I gave away my Burberry because it couldn't do over. But this is very much a man's Mac, so it doesn't look quite womanly enough for me. So of course you can actually thread it through because this is a man's one. The belt loops on it are actually in the right place for me. So it's slightly longer, so I can do that. But that's really boring, isn't it? You're not trying. And sometimes it's just too much work to do that. So you can actually just knot that. And it actually, when you do it like this, especially with these trench coats and you do it like that, that looks way cool. That is very cool. And it's very nice. So this Mac looks very nice. And it's nipping in at my waist a bit. This is the simplest way to wear this. But there is another way. And the other way is to get rid of this altogether because it's very dull and get something else. Da da da! Hey, leather belt. This is much more exciting. So. This also works well with a scarf. You can do this with a scarf as well. I've done this with a scarf. Especially if the scarf matches your outfit underneath. It's a really good pop of colour. So this is the first brown belt. I didn't pick up the best belt, but this is the best brown belt. But you can see what I'm doing here. This is a bit more interesting than just your normal belt. And you can say, I forgot to mention about another thing about that. About coats that were made in the war, because this Aquascutum one has got this, and Burberry ones tend not to because they were built more for fashion. So the Aquascutum ones do this. So I'm going to pull this pocket out and show it to camera. You see there's another little pocket here. That tiny little inside pocket. That was basically where you would keep your fob watch or like a little knick-knack, your match tins with your matches. So it's inside is where you would keep your precious things in. So your pocket, and then you've got pockets inside your pocket. So you would have your, like I said, your fob watch and your match tins and a little locket with a picture of your sweetheart. You would keep it inside here. Because not all of them have inside pockets. Because sometimes people will be expecting they would pat you down and they would find that inside pocket. But if they patted you down here, it's not apparent that there's another pocket there because your hand can be covering it. If you take your hands out and they pat you down, they would just think, oh, that's just his belt or something. But yeah, this is an extra special secret pocket. So this is another way to wear your Mac. Remember, this is a Mac. It's not a trench coat. Despite the epaulets, it is still a Mac. Right, this is another style of Mac. This is my princess Mac because it has the princess seams, and this style was very popular. It's sort of 1953 to like 1958. So the princess look was very in. It had this tiny little resurgence in the 80s when from like 1981 to 1984 was Princess Diana had a lot of princess themed things, and there was a company called Kajana that they made a lot of Princess Diana's clothes. Her iconic suit that she wore for the engagement, that was Kajana. And I've also got a Kajana Mac, which is very similar to this, but it has big white buttons. It was double-breasted, but I fixed it so that it is a single-breasted because it was a bit too small for me, and I will show you how to alter that, maybe on an Instagram post. So this is a princess seam, and there's only one way to wear this. It's just done up. I've got some bunnies on it because, hey, pink and bunnies go together. It's lovely. And this is probably the best if you are like myself and you are blessed, because you can get away with it. Yeah, this works really well. This is an 18 and it fits over me. If I was to get an 18 in my double-breasted, it would not fit at all. But this fits fine because the princess seams are very giving. And I'll show you. There you go. And this surprisingly, this pink MAC goes with surprisingly a lot of colours. There will be a series where I do some colour therapy on why some colours are more popular than others. But pink is very much maligned, and I used to not like pink a lot, but that was because I grew up in the 80s and it was my school uniform. So when something is your school uniform, you are going to rebel against it. So it took me a long time to love pink again, and this is the pink that I like. It's in your face pink, it's a proper pink. It's magenta or fuchsia. Yeah, this is in your face, a single-breasted. Goes with anything. It goes with what I've got on today because it's flouncy. It's a flouncy coat. All my coats are flouncy, except for one coat which I bought because I thought I was going to be in Peaky Blinders and I didn't get that part in Peaky Blinders, but I have the coat and it is glorious. So it's very 1920s, 30s. But this again is a way to wear it. Obviously you would wear your scarf and your things. But yeah, MACs are good because you can get a lot. You can, if you make sure that you go a size up, you can get a cardigan under it and your normal top, and it's lightweight, it's transitional. So this is another way. And your last one is going to be another double-breasted. Look, see, I even have gloves. Ha! That's the kind of girl I am. Gloves that match my coats. I know, I'm extra. Hey, we're back. It's yellow. It's not an oilskin, but oilskins tend to be yellow, and the reason why they're like yellow and bright colours is because they're worn by fishermen, and it's very dark and rainy, and you want to be seen in the dark and rainy. So that's why a lot of oilskins are yellow. But this is not an oilskin. This is, again, a MAC. Now this one is unusual because I've actually forgotten not to go through the front. So if you're actually small, you can actually go through the two front loops, loop it back like that, but because and then pull it back at the back like this. If you're a tiny, tiny girl, it will make a bow. But I am not tiny, tiny, so it will make a knot. There you go. That's another way. And this gives you it looks like a little tiny little corset, doesn't it? Cinching you in. So that's another way to wear the belt. So if you can see it, I'll do that again. Just gonna undo the knot. So you don't do this cinching in until you've buttoned it, because if you do it, it will be too tight. So you start always with it loose, like that. Do your buttons up. I mean, once you've done the cinching in, you can leave it like that, which is what I normally do. So now it's loose. It's through the two ones at the back, through the ones at the front. Get them even. Cinch, but not too much, because you don't want to pull this, make that too much work. So you have to pull that back. So I'm turning it around so that you can see that I do the knot. This is your double cinch. Awesome. This is another way. And that's another way to wear that, but I like to do those. And once you've done it, which is what I do with those, your coat is done. So you put it on, it's okay, and then you can just pop your coat on. And it's cinched. There we are. Because you've done all the work. Fabulous. Even if I say so myself. And yes, I do have yellow gloves. My wardrobe didn't build itself overnight. It took me a long time to get all these things. Like seasons. Because I like to buy things when they're reduced. And generally you can get brightly coloured leather gloves just after Christmas because they think people don't want them, especially colours like yellow and weird turquoise, green, navy and black tend to be always full price, but I've got quite a few green ones and I've not got enough green coats to go with my green gloves yet. So I think you've seen enough of me in my Macs, and I have been Wardrobe Warrior. This has been fun with Macintoshes, fun with Macs, and I feel like I should be singing crisscross and Mac that to make it do, but I will get demonetized, or I'll return of the Mac. Yes, it is return of the Mac. Yeah, you can see where I'm going now. Go with glamour. Bye.